The demand for AI is soaring, and that's forcing every data center to suck more and more electricity to run more and more AI. Now, that's putting a strain on just about the entire electronics industry ecosystem, but that includes power IC vendors who are turning to multi-chip modules and pushing wide bandgap semiconductors to new performance levels in order to keep up. Welcome to this week's edition of Strata Signals. APEC, one of the biggest power electronics shows of the year, was last week. The companies that show up at APEC have a couple of problems that they have to keep solving over and over and over. One of them is power density. Chips keep getting smaller and faster. Circuit boards keep getting more densely packed. Meanwhile, you've got to feed more and more power into these systems. So that's the ongoing problem. Always more power going in, decreasing amount of space to put power electronics. Thermal management in those circumstances gets challenging. Power electronics companies are addressing this by trying to find new materials with better thermal characteristics and by adopting new architectures. Some are finding structures where they could bleed heat off the backs of boards. Others are taking different approaches like using multi-chip modules. Here are just a few of the companies that were trying the module approach at APEC. Silicon is hitting some limits in power electronics, so more and more frequently, power ICs are being made out of wide bandgap materials such as gallium nitride and silicon carbide, which both outperform silicon. What was new at APEC was the introduction of several GaN power ICs that operated at 800 volts, an area normally taken care of by silicon carbide ICs. We knew that was coming, but now it's here. There's a trend in data centers where they're moving to 800 volt buses. This is not a trivial upgrade, and these new 800 volt ICs are specifically for that. Here are some of the companies that introduced 800 volt GaN at APEC. Some power IC companies do both SiC and GaN, but others specialize in one or the other. If you're a GaN company that can make 800 volt power ICs, especially for a high volume market like data centers, that's going to have some consequences for the market. There are other markets that are subject to the same dynamics. Automotive is one. And then there are some AI enthusiasts who believe that personal robots shaped like humans or dogs or whatnot, are going to be the next big thing. Yeah, maybe or maybe not. But if they do turn into a thing, some of the power electronics challenges are going to be similar, and power IC manufacturers are already anticipating that. So that was some of the biggest news out of APEC. If you want to learn more about APEC or power electronics in general, visit the Strata website where we'll have links to stories with more details.